Ooh.
かしら
Do you
かし
know?
ら
Do you
ご存知
know?
かし
Do you
ら
really,
今日
really
の裏の
know?
森でまた決闘があるんです
Recently, I made a U quiz titled, Which Gender from Revolutionary Girl Lieutenant Are You? Welcome to the Absolute Destiny Apocalypse. I mean, welcome to my YouTube video. In this video, I'm going to explain my thought process behind making the quiz, from the questions to the results, and I just wanted to put a little disclaimer in here. Revolutionary Girl is my favorite anime. Viewer discretion is advised before watching the show or this video. Love you. Take care of yourself, please. Now let's talk about the quiz. So the results you can get, there are 5 of them. Rose Bride, Duelist, Revolution, Black Rose Boy, Dios, Shadow Girl, and Choo Choo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 7, not 5. Don't worry about it. The first result that is a possibility to get is Rose Bride, and the description is, in the end, all girls are Rose Brides. You've been through a lot, and you're incredibly wise and funny and cool and strong because of it. Just remember to trust people sometimes and not be too jaded if you can stand it. This is the most commonly gotten result. I think at this point about 300 people have taken this quiz, and this is the most common result. I did not anticipate how much emotional damage it would cause me to see that, yeah, in reality, all girls are like the Rose Bride. And then the second possible result you can get is Black Rose Boy. And the description for that is, in the end, all boys are in the Black Rose Circle. If you get a mysterious opportunity that promises to fix everything about you and your life, make sure to think it through before you take it. The only change that sticks is honest. The next result that you can get if you take this quiz is Shadow Girls. And it says, you really, really know. Being normal has nothing to do with you, and you're totally okay with that. You're silly and mysterious and get up to gay shenanigans with your shadow bestie while bestowing wisdom on everyone. Shadow Girl is quite a rare result for people to get, which I think makes sense. We can't all be them. Sorry, I can't be them. My pronouns are they, not them, because I'll never be them. The next out of the possible results you can get is Dios. Dios's description is, you literally are the delusion of a prince, with all the good and bad that comes with that. You were once a shining ideal, but you've become rusted and stuck in your ways, locked away in a metaphorical tower. Is the power you've gained worth it, now that you've become this? And I felt almost cruel including this as one of the results, but it is important, and it is a big part of the show, and it is something that a lot of people are in this life. Sometimes you're Dios, we've all been there. And then another result that you can possibly get is Revolution. Revolution's description is quite short. It says, wow, you've revolutionized yourself and therefore the world as well. And I didn't feel the need to put lots of words in here because the revolution is different for every person. So, and then another result that you can get is Duelist. Duelist is the second most gotten result after Rose Bride, which makes sense. God, aren't we all fighting? Description is, still fighting, huh? Keep it up, kid. The fight is necessary in order to learn and grow. Hold strong to your ideals, but also remember to let them be challenged. And Duelist is, unsurprisingly, the second most common result after Rose Bride. And then, last but not least, is Choo Choo. Chill guy who low-key doesn't give a fuck. You stay silly. Some people think you're cute, some think you're annoying, but you don't let it affect you. You're always doing what you want, whether it's sleeping, eating, or getting into trouble. But the trouble is silly too. Nothing as serious as the absolute destiny apocalypse has ever even crossed your mind. Okay. Yay. Okay. This is my friend,
Hi.
Guest on the video. Yay! This is our anonymous guest who
Nobody
watched
can find me anywhere.
an illusion within a daydream, within a
Unreal.
hallucination. We watched Utena together. I was thinking we would say the result we got first, and then talk about the responses. Okay, so first of all, what result did you get, and were you surprised by it, or were you like, yeah, this is?
I got Rose Bride, and I guess I was surprised. I mean, I didn't really have an idea of what I was going to get going in.
Right.
Like,
it's not like I made results that make sense or are genders, or like for the gender question he was like cisgender man, and then his result was Dios, and I was like, I fear the devil himself has taken my quiz.
Where did you find a cisgender man Utena viewer?
I'm shocked. I don't know. I posted my quiz on Tumblr, and a cis man Utena fan found it, which, Okay, so I got Revolution, which I wasn't surprised by, not to toot my own horn. I did make the quiz, but I didn't make it, specifically so that any type of person could get any type of response, so I made it, and then I took it, and I was like, oh, it's Revolution, yeah, I mean, I guess that makes sense, but, yeah.
What is the descriptor for Revolution?
The descriptor for Revolution is, wow, you've revolutionized yourself, and therefore the world as well. Smiley face.
I think that's accurate.
Thank you. Exactly. If you just, exist in the world and you go through things, boom.
Kind of like the Rose Bride.
Just like the Rose Bride for real. Okay, so question 1 is, what is your gender? And so for that, I answered non-binary / gender fluid / some trans or queer gender that's outside of the man-woman binary. And is that what you said as well?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that response goes into the result, toward the result of dualist. And the reason that I chose that is because if you are anything that is outside of the norm in society, you're forced to fight for it. So any gender that's outside of the binary or even trans, or queer at all, you're dualist because you have to discover it and fight for it. Yeah.
Okay, let's get this out of the way. Obligatory song lyric question. What dual song opening or ending theme song lyrics speak most to you? And I said the second ending theme, which is... I'm gonna read a song lyric. I'm sure
sing it in Japanese.
Yeah,
right?
No, I'm gonna sing it in Japanese actually. Further circular infinity without end, one organic system, one perpetual motion device. It's empty movement, just empty movement.
Shout out to Empty Movement, we love you! That is Mikage's dual song, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, I just vibe with cyclical things in general. I am a tragedy enjoyer. Time is a flat circle.
Time is a flat circle. Oh, so deep.
Out of all the lyrics, is the one that I preferred. I didn't really choose it because of the the circumstances behind the song. I chose because of the lyrics. What'd you get?
I chose the opening theme. Even if I dream, even if I cry, even if I get hurt, reality just won't stop. I have to find my place to be the value of me. I'll look out for me until I reach the finish line. Yay. And then the result of that points toward is Revolution. Yeah. I don't know. It's the line that it gets repeated a lot because it's in the opening, and then it always sticks in my mind. Yeah, I think going through things and having to look out for yourself is something that I relate to. Yeah. That's why I chose it. Is if you were in a duel, you would. And I chose the response that goes, I'd win because during the duel I go through revolution and discover new things about myself and the world. Yeah. And that result points towards revolution. Yeah. What did you get?
I'd lose because I wanted to lose or didn't want to duel, which points to Rose Bride or Duelist.
Yeah.
I just wouldn't, you remember high school?
I do remember high school.
I wasn't really doing all that in high school. So,
yeah.
I don't think I would in...
You're like, first of all, fuck the system. Yeah. If there was a system, I simply would not participate in it.
Yeah.
I'm too cool for that.
Why am I fighting with a sword? Hello?
Exactly.
Who is your favorite RGU character and why? If you like a character for both these reasons, choose the reason that is your strong reason for liking them. And I chose Anthe because she's the witch archetype and she's funny as fuck. Which is the result. Choo choo. Aw.
Well, there for each of the options for that question, there is a serious reason for liking them, and there's a silly reason for liking them. And the serious reason for liking Anthe is that you relate to her trauma. I underestimated the emotions I would go through having to read people choose that response.
Yeah.
Very sad. And so that was a Rose Bride answer. And then the silly reason for liking Anthe is because she's funny and she's a witch.
I like Anthe's character a lot. I think that she is pretty much all the characters in Utena are pretty complex, but I think that she's so difficult to understand throughout most of the show.
Yes.
And then when you get to the end, her actions make a lot more sense. And it's like, she's like an enigma, and I find that really interesting. And when I was watching it, I was constantly confused, like,
she was frustrated. She was like, why? What? I don't understand. What? I want to get it. And I was like trying to explain, and you can't explain it because people just have to experience the whole thing.
And I felt like her reasons for acting the way that she does at the end of the show were very sad, but very satisfying in terms of okay, well now that makes sense.
Yeah, totally.
So that was my answer.
Yes, that is really good. I have a confession to make. When I first watched Utena when I was 16, I hated Anthe. Ooh, bad take. Ooh,
that's a 16-year-old thing to do.
She pissed me off so bad. I was like, why is she so annoying and a liar? And now I'm like, sometimes in this life, when you're going through horrific trauma, you become annoying and a liar. Oops.
Yep.
I answered Mikage because he's a sexy, mysterious ghost man. Oops. I'm attracted to Mikage. That's my main problem.
That's your burden to bear.
That's my burden to bear. Yeah. So, Mikage, points towards Black Rose Boy, and then the sexy, mysterious ghost man is obviously a silly reason to like him. And so that points towards Choo Choo. Yeah. The responses for this one have been super interesting as well. The next question is question 5, which is if I didn't put your favorite character in the last question, please tell me your favorite and why here. And the responses to that have also been super interesting. The one that sticks in my mind the most is somebody said they like Mikage, but not because they're attracted to him, and also not because they relate to him. It's because they want to study him. They're like, I want to put him in a jar and shake him around, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's the third kind of being into a character. They're not you. You're not in love with them, but you are so obsessed with them. Yeah.
I didn't put anything because Anthe's my favorite.
Yeah. I tried. I put so many responses for this question. I think I put 12. I tried to get everyone, but there are minor characters. There's so many characters in this show, so obviously I couldn't get them all. So for me, I elaborated in my own quiz about my favorite characters. I have 2 other characters that I really like. Kotsue and Shiori, because they're really cool, interesting characters that show different type of teenage girl angst, which I feel like is relatable and is usually made fun of or laughed off as silly and not always represented with the nuance it deserves in media.
What is your social, political, philosophical outlook / feelings? And I put, I'm discontent and try to change things to the great irritation and annoyance of everyone around me.
I know that's right. Hell
Which
yeah.
is Black Rose Boy, Revolution, and Duelist. Yeah, I'm an annoying ass leftist. All leftists are annoying. So.
Yeah. Yep. Sometimes you can't ever stop thinking about the revolution,
That's true.
Sometimes you're fighting all the time, and it comes up in every conversation. That is so crazy because it's just related to everything, and then everyone's like, shut the fuck up, and you're like, what else is there to talk about? This is question 6. Yes. I chose the same result.
Yeah.
I am discontent and try to change things to the great irritation of everyone around me. It's almost like we're 2 young adults trying to make our way in this hell of a world in late stage capitalism. What is your favorite Revolutionary Girl Utena arc and why? And I chose the Black Rose Saga because I have no choice but to bring the world revolution, and the way before me has been prepared. Yeah.
Exactly.
I do feel like that. And that points towards Black Rose Boy and Revolution, so it's all making sense now. What did you say for question 7?
I said the Apocalypse Saga because it's the perfect ending and solidifies RGU as the greatest anime of all time. I can't. The final sentence is also I've seen it 100 times and can see through the Matrix now, and I'm ascended into enlightenment. I haven't seen Utena 100 times, so I can't claim that part.
Sometimes you're just so smart, you see it one time and you immediately see through the Matrix because your brain is like a galaxy. Yeah.
I've seen Utena all the way through once. I like the way it answers all the questions. I had a lot of questions.
Yeah.
Watching Utena. It sort of just... Yeah, it all comes together and it all makes sense, and the metaphor comes full circle, and it's all good and it all makes sense, and none of it was real, but it also all was real. So
exactly. Oh, I feel like even though I've seen Utena like so many times, like I've seen the beginning arc the most, and then the Black Rose Boy arc more, and then the last arc's like the least. And I still don't fully feel like I understand like what exactly is like the car metaphor. What is Akio doing? I feel like it's up to interpretation, but you know, I need to watch it like 10 more times, you know, and also be 50. You know, to fully understand the ending.
Yeah, I think that like that's one of the best things about Utena is that like however many times you watch it, you're always going to be thinking and considering more about like, okay, well this could mean this or this could mean this. And that's why there's so much like meta analysis on it, is because there's actually just that much to say.
There really is.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. Oh my god. I love you, Utena community. Question 8's a really good one. This one is beefy. It's, are you yourself? And I answered, yes, I can't be anything else.
I gave the same answer.
And those are Revolution. And, you know, as someone who is trans, I tried to not be myself for a long time because that is a very difficult thing that's not accepted in a lot of places. And so, you know, I've been through the struggles that also like with neurodivergence and stuff, not to like put myself on blast, but like I'm very eccentric if you couldn't tell. And I've tried to be normal, like what society and my family like expected me, and it doesn't work. It makes me sad. So I can't be anything else. That's why I chose that option. Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I'm bad at being inauthentic, and I'm bad at lying. So, or like, I just don't like it. So, when I'm like in a situation where I have to pretend to be something like other than myself or pretend to feel things differently than I actually do, it pisses me off. So I just can't, you know, I just don't want to. I don't want to. I won't.
You know, like something that's I really admire about you is even when it's really hard for you to like tell the truth and like be true to like your own beliefs, you are confrontational about it, even when admire it. And that like that goes with the whole you can't be anything else and you can't lie. Yeah. And you're always like, yeah.
What would lead you to join the Mikage seminar / Black Rose Circle?
Wanting to suck Mikage's dick. That's not one of the options. I want him.
And I said wanting to burn it all down. Rose Bride, Black Rose Boy, and Dios are what that correlates to. Which, yes. Yeah, I mean, yeah, fuck, you know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes...
God damn it, man!
Like, sometimes, like, things just suck, and you need a hard reset, honestly.
Yes, like, people are like, oh, what's the answer? It's like, I don't fucking know, but anything but this.
Yeah.
Like, anything but this, dude. Yeah. I said being isolated from my friends and community and social life. If there's nobody around to support me, I will make bad decisions like most people do, you know, out of like desperation and isolation and wanting to get a sense of community, even if it's a sketchy place that's not actually good for me. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Last question, what's your favorite thing about Revolutionary Girl Utena? Honest and quick, this question is timed. The reason I made it timed was because I know you bitches are long-winded and you would talk too much and you would take too long, and it's just a U quiz, it's not that deep. So I timed it for 30 seconds, and my response was, how deep it is and on how many levels it can be interpreted. Every time I see someone's take on it or watch it with a new person, I learn more about it. I want to kiss Ikuhara for creating such a masterpiece. Ikuhara, I want you. There are other things that Ikuhara has done. Oh my god. Sorry, it's on my Yurikuma Arashi. Anyway, Ikuhara, you're my idol, and I admire you, and your brain is huge and massive, and thank you for creating this, and that's what I like about Utena. How it can be interpreted in so many different ways, and it does have all the answers. Yes.
I just said the metaphors are perfect because they are, and
they really are.
What's so perfect about them is that they work at multiple angles.
Mm-hmm.
Like.
Are you trying to think of an example?
I'm trying to think of an example.
Take your time. The characters, like, they are actual people, but they're also like metaphors for tropes and traumas. So Anthe, she is a high school girl. She's 14. She's just going through the struggles that most high schoolers go through, but she's also like a metaphor for all of feminine people suffering for all time. So like it can be interpreted on either of those levels or any level in between. Like it's so crazy. Okay, now we're gonna get into the results of people who have taken the quiz. Some really cool things that people have written in. Obviously, it's all anonymous because it's a U quiz and people just put in like a key smash for their name. But I can still see their responses and their results, and I'm going to talk about them because they're really interesting. Last question, what's your favorite thing about RGU? Answer honest and quick. A lot of people put like the metaphors and like the gayness and just like the themes, which are expected responses. The breakdown, out of like hundreds of people that have taken this quiz at this point, 36% got Rose Bride, which is the highest result. 25% got Duelist, which is the second highest result. 17% got Revolution, which is the result I myself got. 12% got Black Rose Boy. 4% got Dios, and then 1% got Shadow Girl, and 1% got Choo Choo. The quiz is going to be linked in the description again for anybody that wants to take it. Please take my silly little quiz. I just wanted to end this on kind of a serious note. Making this quiz and reading all the results for it made me realize something, that Utena is a show about childhood trauma and like the most intense negative things that can happen to people, and all the downsides of living in a world like the one we live in, and it's a very, very sad show, and especially seeing people choose that they are just a hollow shell of all their traumas, or they don't know who they are, maybe they've never known, or that, you know, it was sad, and it made me realize that, you know, I too struggle with a lot of these things. And when I first watched this when I was 16, I was struggling with these things, and I still am in a way. And you know, these are things that a lot of people struggle with, and it's really hard to be a person in the world. But I just wanted to end on my favorite response I got to the last question, which is, it's simple and short, and it just says, the suffering isn't eternal. This show has really helped me, and it's helped a lot of people, and the community is really beautiful, and it's full of like such brave and creative people, and I'm just really happy to be a part of it. And the suffering isn't eternal. And that's all. I'll see you in the next video.